Hello everybody, my name is Griffin, talking to you guys for Rishi Outpost, and today I'm going to be reviewing Bounty Hunters, Galaxy's Deadliest, the first arc in the ongoing Bounty Hunter-focused comic series from Marvel Comics. The story starts out with a flashback where most of the main characters are working a seemingly routine job on the planet Corellia. Boba Fett, Bossk, Beilert Valance, Nakano Lash, and Tongor team up to escort Camus, the heir to the Mourner's Whale crime syndicate, as he goes to assassinate someone. The bounty hunter crew easily breaks into the building they were hired to escort Camus to, but the job quickly goes south when Nakano Lash suddenly kills Camus, betraying their client and ensuring the powerful Mourner's Whale syndicate will want the whole crew dead. They also realized they were breaking into the safe house of another major crime syndicate known as the Unbroken Clan, meaning they will all be wanted by two very powerful crime syndicates. Tongor is killed in the immediate fallout from the mission, but the other bounty hunters escape. The story then cuts to the present, which is right after the Empire Strikes Back. Nakano Lash, who has been in hiding since the mission, has resurfaced, and Boba Fett and Bossk want revenge against her for badly damaging their reputations. Tongor's sister, Tonga, who is now a former bounty hunter, blames Lash for her brother's death and wants to kill Lash as payback. Valance wants to find Lash not because he wants revenge, but because he wants to know why she betrayed their group. Lash was once an important mentor to him as a bounty hunter, so he wants to hear her explain her actions. The different bounty hunters then go around the galaxy looking for Nakano Lash and fighting one another when they cross paths. Tonga and Valance eventually team up and succeed at finding Lash and board her personal ship. Before Tonga kills her, Lash tells them the reason that she killed the client was because he was about to murder the heir of the Unbroken Clan, who happened to be his pregnant girlfriend, because he didn't want his parents to know he was romantically involved with the heir to a rival crime syndicate. So Lash killed him to protect her and then helped her escape. But unfortunately, she died in childbirth, so now Lash has been raising the child, named Cadelia, in hopes that when she's of age, she will be seen as the rightful heir of both the Mourner's Whale and the Unbroken Clan, and thus ending the bloody crime war between the syndicates. Once the truth is revealed, Tonga says that she wants to leave without killing Lash. But then Boba Fett arrives and kills Tonga. Then Fett tries to kill Lash, and Valance tries to protect her, while Lash tries to get Cadelia away from Fett. Meanwhile, the Broken Clan finds Nakano Lash's ship and attacks it. Lash helps Cadelia escape onto Valance's ship, and Boba escapes, satisfied that Lash will die from the destruction of her ship. Lash is ultimately trapped in the destruction and asks Valance to take care of Cadelia, which he agrees to do. The arc ends with Valance and Cadelia trying to figure out what their next move will be. So overall, I really like this comic. Even though bounty hunters and the criminal underworld isn't really my favorite part of the Star Wars universe, this was a really good story that had me rooting for and against different characters, and we largely didn't know how it was going to end, other than Boba Fett and Bossk couldn't die since they're in Return of the Jedi. I thought it was really cool how well the many different characters were balanced throughout this arc. I thought Boba and Bossk were handled very well based on what we know about them already, and I thought Valance was more interesting in this series than I found him to be in the past comics. The one character moment I was confused about was I didn't understand why Boba Fett killed Tonga. She said right before that she was planning on leaving, so it kind of seemed unnecessary. Though maybe Boba thought she would join Valance in trying to protect Lash, so I don't know. The new characters, Nakano Lash and Tongor, were also both pretty compelling, and I felt genuinely sad when each of them died. Now I'm really interested in seeing what Valance and Cadelia do next. The story had some really great twists, although the comics jump back and forth between the past and the present in a way that I thought was hard to follow at times, especially in the 5th issue when Boba and Valance are fighting both in the present and in the flashback. But the flashbacks were implemented in a way that told us what we needed to know and allowed for great reveals, so overall I think they were handled decently. I'm really interested to see how different factions and people will react to Cadelia being an heir to both the Mourner's Whale and the Unbroken Clan, because it seems like that might threaten the power of some of those in the syndicates. I thought the action in this arc was pretty hit or miss. At points the panels gave a great idea of what was happening, and at other points it was kind of confusing. But the highlights were Valance fighting Bossk on the planet Galmera, and Valance fighting Boba on Nakano Lash's ship. This hit or miss aspect was true of a lot of the art, and has generally been the case with Star Wars comics lately. It was alright, but nothing was really great in my opinion. In terms of lore, I thought it was cool to learn a little bit more about the criminal underworld on the planet of Corellia. At one point, Lady Proximus' syndicate from Solo was mentioned as still being around, at least at the time that the flashback mission took place. We also see in the first issue that Boba Fett still has Han Solo and Carbonite on board his ship, so this series begins almost immediately after The Empire Strikes Back. One of the comics also has a full schematic detailing all of Valance's cybernetics, which is pretty cool to look at. Overall, I'm happy to say I'm enjoying this series a lot despite it not being about the Jedi, Sith, and the Force, which is generally my favorite part of the franchise. And I'm very excited to see what happens in the next arc of this series. If you're into bounty hunters, then this is a must-read comic for you. And if you're looking for a good Star Wars comic that is pretty separated from the main saga but still has a couple of familiar faces, then this is a good one to check out. Well, that's all I have for you guys this time. Be sure to let me know what you guys thought of this arc in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars content every week. Until next time, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you, always.